Hey guys, good morning. Raees, Mohamed, our Warner Law, here this morning to talk to you about the lawsuit by a paparazzo against Dua Lipa for infringement. Just going to post the topic here. Infringement lawsuit. Post that. Thanks for joining. Pin. Yeah, so these lawsuits are getting more and more common, it seems, right? And I think before we get into the details of Dua Lipa's getting sued by a photographer, I think it begs the question, why are there so many of these lawsuits popping up now? And I think the reason is because digital media and the profitability of photographers has gone up, right? We're in the content creation world. And so content has very specific value, particularly when you take pictures of celebrities, you want to have exclusive rights to those things. So we're seeing that this is more and more common today. Anyway, if you have been paying attention, Dua Lipa, singer, world famous, getting sued again. This is actually the second time she's getting sued specifically for using a picture by a photographer without license, without permission. I think this might be the fourth time she's been sued in less than a year for infringement. She got sued twice before relating to her song Levitating, which is also a copyright infringement lawsuit, but related specifically to the music, right, and the song itself. So this is totally different. This is Dua Lipa getting sued for using a picture of herself taken by a photographer without permission. Why is that copyright infringement? Well, let's break it down for you. Copyright infringement is anytime you have an original work of authorship. Authorship under the US Copyright Act is a specific defined term of art. And authorship means an original work of authorship, something that you create that is creative, pictures, drawings, pantomime, believe it or not, is in the original statute. Anything with some creative elements and it's fixed, right? So you put it down on paper, you record it, you draw it, and it's original. And it has some elements of creativity, right? It's not just a line on a sheet of paper. That's going to get copyright protection. And if you're the one who fixed it, you're going to get credit as the author. Now, when it comes to photographs, the person in the picture is not the author. It's the photographer. Whoever took the picture is going to get credit as the author, regardless of the model or models in the picture. Getting a model release is totally different. That's for publicity rights. This is specific to copyrights. So in this particular instance, Robert Barbera, he's a photographer. He took an original picture of Dua Lipa. She was out in the public and she was wearing a particular type of sweatshirt, and Dua Lipa got a hold of the picture and she posted it on her Instagram. That is copyright infringement. She did it without permission. She did it without a license. She did it without consent. Now, this particular photograph was allegedly taken in 2018, and Robert didn't like that. And so he did what any paparazzo would do, which is he sued her. And Robert, this particular photographer, interestingly enough, has sued other celebrities that he's taken a picture of, including Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber. So she's just another one. And this is a profit-making scheme. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. This is what photographers do. They leverage exclusive rights to their photographs, they license and they sell them. So was Dua Lipa in the wrong on this? Of course she was. It's blatant copyright infringement. As much as we all like her and like her music, you can't do that. Now, what could she have done? Well, the Copyright Act provides for several exceptions and defenses to infringement. Some of you might be thinking, well, fair use. Fair use is abused quite a bit. Fair use is not going to qualify in this situation, in my opinion, because this seems very obviously a commercial promotion, right? Dua Lipa uses her Instagram page to promote her concerts, to promote brands that she might have actual endorsement deals with. So unfortunately, I don't think fair use is going to fly here. What she should have done, and what I'm surprised that most celebrities don't do, is if you're going to use a picture that a photographer takes without permission, you should actually comment and criticize the picture of yourself. Why on earth would you do that? because then you start moving it into a comment and sort of a commentary privilege that will protect you from infringement. Potentially, it's arguable that you could be making a criticism of a artistic work, which is a photograph. So you start talking about the angle of the photograph, the lighting, how you look in that particular photograph, why the photographer could have done a better job, and you post the image. You can actually get an exception to infringement. Now, I don't know if that defense has been used in any of these celebrity paparazzi lawsuits for infringement, but I think it's a pretty good argument that you could make. Most of these cases get settled because it's the cost of doing business. Dua Lipa doesn't want to be wrapped in court. She doesn't want to be giving testimony. She wants to be flying around the world, celebrating her music. So most likely this will relate and come down to a payout. How much is a picture like this worth? It could be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. It could be more. We have yet to find out. Unfortunately, when these things get settled, it's under strict confidentiality, so we don't always know what these settlements look like. In the rare exception that it's actually resolved through litigation, then it's public record. So anyway, this lawsuit was just filed in California District Court a few days ago. We have yet to see what happens, but it always begs the question, why on earth do celebrities keep making this mistake? Do their agents and lawyers not counsel them to refrain from doing this kind of stuff? Again, privacy rights, publicity rights, endorsements rights, totally different. Photographers have the exclusive rights to their authorship, their photos, if they took the photo. If you're in the photo, you do not automatically get any sort of rights as to the copyright. You may get rights as to any alleged endorsement. So if this guy took the photo and he posted it on his page to create sort of this perception of an endorsement, or that, Dua Lipa approves his product or service, that would be improper. But he does own the exclusive rights to the photo. So follow us here on Instagram and our social. We plan to cover this and see what happens. Maybe we'll get some ideas on the dollar amounts that it settles for. But this is definitely copyright. It's classic copyright infringement. And I don't really see a very good defense here. Notably, I should mention this, when Robert the photographer tried to resolve this, he actually contacted Dua Lipa or her people, and they refused to cooperate with him. They refused to pay him, refused to get a license for the image. She did take the image down, and that was in 2019. So he sent her a copy of the complaint and said, hey, cooperate, I'm the owner, this is a blatant violation. She didn't listen, and now she's getting sued. So more than likely, she's going to pay more money than she would have paid before she was sued. Anyway, that's worth noting. Thank you guys for listening today, and follow us to stay tuned for more.